Hi, I'm Mike Sullivan with the Welcome to America Project, and let me share a little bit about who we help and why we help. At the Welcome to America Project, we welcome refugees newly arrived to Phoenix and share resources to help them get traction in their new land. Why do we help? Refugees are among the most vulnerable people, and we're in a position to share. We can share time, we can share things, we can share funds, we can share talent to help people to get established. Can you imagine what it feels like to have a sudden disruption in your life? I actually don't have to ask you to imagine that because you're experiencing it right now. All of a sudden, what used to be normal isn't normal anymore. Well, that's life for a refugee. A war breaks out. Their religion is persecuted. Their ethnicity is targeted. That's what it means to a refugee. And a refugee has to run. They have to run until they find safety. Usually that's across international border. They cross into another country, hoping they can go back home. That doesn't happen. Instead, they rely on the goodwill of others and other nations to take refugees in and give them a start. They could be in refugee camp for 15, maybe 20 years. Can you imagine your quarantine lasting that long? And so that's why it's so important that when the families arrive, is that we do everything that we can to help them get traction. First of all, it's important to know that a refugee needs to be self-sufficient within 6 months, paying for his own food, his own housing. Can you imagine going to a country where you don't speak the language and where your licenses, your credentials don't matter in that country, and you've got to support your family? So anything that we can do to help them get traction is what we do. So we go out there with furniture, computers, bikes, clothes, kitchen items. The idea is to just try to give people the things that somebody might have shared with us when we had our first apartment. And then from that, it gives them a chance to focus on some other things. They can focus on learning English. They can focus on their kids in school. They can focus on finding jobs. Just that little bit of leeway makes a big difference. But you know what? Even though we bring all these things out there to welcome the families, it's the welcome itself that they remember forever. They'll forget about the couch, but they'll never forget what it means when everybody came out to say, we're glad you're here, we're glad you're safe.
Connected us with the Welcome to America Project organization led by Mike and his team of volunteers. We wanted to contribute as well. I'm an employee of Wells Fargo who provides a lot of opportunities and resources to help serve the community and leave a lasting impression through serving and giving. They launched a community care grants program last year funded by the Wells Fargo Foundation, through which you can qualify for the grants that can be diverted towards various communities of your choice. Welcome Home team is very excited to receive $1,700 as community care grants from Wells Fargo, and we are presenting those funds to Mike Sullivan and his organization, and we are really excited that these funds can go a long way towards serving the literacy needs of the refugee community who has chosen to call America their home.
Hello everyone, my name is Brett Zahn from Scottsdale Leadership, Class 34 like never before, coming to you from my COVID-19 Bat Cave in the beautiful Old Town area. First, I would like to say it's been a great privilege being part of Class 34 with all of you, and especially my Lead It Forward team supporting the Welcome to America project. As many of you know, I work for ON Semiconductor, which is a global $6 billion firm headquartered in Phoenix, Arizona. Luckily, ON has a foundation that works with communities around the world and was kind enough to purchase 3,000 memory sticks at a cost of $3,000, which will be used to provide Welcome to America families with digital children's books in over 100 different languages. Thank you, Welcome to America, for looking out for these refugee families, and I hope our seed efforts will lead to a sustainable program for many families to come.
Hi there, Laura Lucky, going to tell you a little bit about our happy hours and our fundraising event that we had planned. We have been getting together at Suvino Winery every 2 weeks to not only enjoy wine, but also work on our PLIF project. And while we were there, we decided that why don't we just have the fundraiser here? We thought it was a great idea. We loved working with the staff there, and they had great wine. So we connived our way into stealing the Art Days happy hour by special planning there. And we went ahead and went out and sent invitations, Facebook, Instagram, Evite. I even slid into some of your DMs through the Scottsdale Leadership page. Yes, that was sneaky me. And we had to make the hard decision 7 days before our event took place to cancel. And you know, it's one of those decisions I know that leaders have to make, the hard decisions that you don't want to make, and it was to cancel the event. So I think, you know, the real life experience is not only leading and accomplishing great things, it's also making hard decisions by leading and doing things that you don't necessarily want to do.
Hi, my name is Bronwyn Maxwell. In our Project Lead It Forward project, I was tasked with getting books in the hands of children. Mike with Welcome to America introduced me to the social worker and to the librarian at the Valencia Newcomer School in the Alhambra School District. I was able to meet with them in their library, and they informed me that they were in need of books at the levels from pre-K to 5th grade, picture books, bilingual books, culturally relevant books, bilingual dictionaries, books about holidays, presidents, and the states. Once I had this specific information, I came back and reached out to Kira Peters and Brandon Chapman at the Scottsdale Public Libraries, and they have been incredibly generous in providing discarded books that meet this criteria to us at a nominal fee. Unfortunately, with COVID-19, the books are currently in a warehouse, and once we are released, we will be able to deliver these books to the hands of the children.
Hi, I'm Connor Shepard with Scottsdale Leadership, and I just wanted to take a quick minute to talk about our partnership with Southwest Developmental Learning. They are a nonprofit organization in the greater Phoenix area, and in particular we partnered with Jake Adams and Caitlin Parr over there, and they were able to tie us in with a number of different resources that provided books in foreign languages at cost. So we got them at a very discounted rate, and the idea is that these were languages from the Middle East, where a lot of our refugees are coming from, and translating into English. So the hope was that we'd be able to put these into as many libraries as possible, and then our many libraries would continue to circulate through the refugee community that we're serving, and ultimately help these families and individuals to assimilate to our culture as quick as possible. So it was a great partnership. We really enjoyed working with Caitlin and Jake. They were very helpful, and hopefully we'll get to work on a project with them again soon. Thanks.
Hi, this is Mike Nelson, Scottsdale Leadership Class 34, like never before. It was truly an honor and a blessing to be a part of this group and our project, which was Coming to America. Headed by CEO Mike Sullivan, we got to see some amazing people doing some amazing work for refugees that are relocating to Arizona. I was part of the mobile bus drive, and I was asked to talk about one moment that really stuck out in my mind. And that was the mobile bus drive is basically a U-Haul type truck that comes to a refugee apartment complex where the parents come and they get to pick out clothing that they can use for interviews. In the meantime, their kids are basically taking care of other kids. And the moment that stuck out to me was there was a soccer ball. It was an old soccer ball that, if you can imagine, 15 different kids from different languages that really didn't know how to communicate, but the soccer ball brought them together. It's a moment that I will never forget, and in so doing, I'm going to donate some new soccer balls to Coming to America, because that moment meant so much to me.
All right, welcome to America. This is Peter Leifer. The idea simply was this: is you have all these Welcome to America refugees who are arriving here with nothing. The Welcome to America organization is providing them computers which may or may not have internet access. What we wanted to do is provide them access to learning language. So on this USB drive, there is software, currently free software that we've downloaded, and they can literally turn on the computer, plug in the software into the USB drive, which is located here on this computer. I would access it, turn it on, and voila, I can now listen to and hear and experience English language as a learning tool. and my entire family can learn it. So we're doing what we can to make it simple and easy for them to work with, because again, they may or may not have internet. And hopefully as we go along, each group, like say a group of Syrians, the community may want to get involved and make this even more specific to their needs. But that's the idea. Simple USB driven solution that will power hopefully a lot of families, increase literacy and other tools.
So can I tell you just how wonderful this group is and how terrific it's been to work with Scottsdale Leadership? They became a part of what we do. Came out to welcomes, they joined us for clothing classes, they came and they toured the warehouse. They wanted to understand how to help, and what they've been able to achieve, what you've been able to achieve, is so far beyond anything that we could have imagined. And so we're going to learn about the terrific literacy project that they've put together, but I want you to know this is a combination of the head and the heart. These are people that really felt passion for the project. I know I'm going to see them far after this class graduates, and I couldn't be more thankful for the role that they played.